Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm in a different setup now, so things may be a little bit different if you are someone who is returning to watch my videos. But if you're new, welcome also. Thank you for coming through. So, yeah, I wanted to do a quick collective message. I felt moved to call to do this message real quick. So I don't know. I will stay on this video as long as I receive messages, if that makes sense. Also, it is Mercury retrograde, so you may get me, or you may see me or hear me tripping over words. Um, Things may be not as clear. I don't know. It just depends. Anyway, we're gonna rock with it. Um, Per usual, if you hear any background noise, sorry for that. I will try to keep that to a minimum, any disruptions, that is. Um, Consider subscribing to the channel, you know, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. The card decks that I use will be down in the description box. Okay, and yeah, subscribe so that you get notified when I get a video. And if I sound kind of distant or not all the way here, again, it is Mercury retrograde, so maybe a little spacey. Just bear with me. Also, my setup is a little bit different. I moved recently, so that is why things may look a bit different. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. And don't come for me how I shuffle, or for how I shuffle these cards. This is a thick deck. This is a thick deck, and it's hard to shuffle this big of a. See how big it is? It's a thick deck, so it's hard to do the little fancy things. I don't do that. I just shuffle to my heart's content and do what I feel is right. So if it resonates, it resonates. If it does not, let it fly. I think I'm just going to pull out 5 cards here. 5 from, well, 5 from here, 5 from the African Goddess Rising Oracle cards, and 1 affirmation message from the crystal deck that I have. Well, I said 5, but 6 came out, so we're going to rock with that. Okay. Hmm. For this deck, I'm actually just hearing pull out 4, so that's what I'm going to do. I said crystals deck. This is the Cosmos deck, not crystal. And of course, if we need clarifiers, that's what I would do. All right, first I'm going to read through my channeled messages here. Okay. So first things first, I feel like some people may be feeling uneasy at the moment. Maybe you're anxious about some things. But I also feel like you, at this time, you should be having unwavering faith in yourself. It's hard for my nose acts weird. Like my ears get itchy and my nose feels weird or feels itchy sometimes. Or sometimes it likes to run for some reason when I do these readings. Release self-doubt. Also heard, well, also channeled, Tower Moments Don't Last. Also seeing people get like mosquito bites, bug bites, something like that. Stings, maybe like a bee sting. I don't know, something about bug bites and stings, so just be careful with that. Butterflies in the stomach is also what I wrote down here. Reflect before taking next steps. Seek out guidance if you need it or help with something. Don't try to do it alone. I'm also getting tension headaches. Could be from not sleeping enough or getting enough sleep, I mean. Also got the sense that someone was sad. Sadness, crying, release, but we are in Mercury retrograde. So this is all about reflecting, release, renewing. Some of you could read like renewing subscriptions or something like that. Maybe getting rid of subscriptions, decluttering. Also, here and speak to a professional, and this ties into the tower moments not lasting always. Setbacks turns your setbacks turn into blessings. Right. All right. So let's get into this tarot. Hmm. I don't read reversals. Turn it up, right? Then again, I don't know. I'll read it this time. We'll just get clarifiers if we need it. And my AC just turned on, so just in case it's kind of loud, just bear with me. I can talk a bit higher if needed. All right, so let's look at these cards here. And we're just looking at the tarot right now. Just give me a moment to kind of look at these cards. Hmm. All right, so first we have the Ace of Pentacles. Hopefully you can kind of see that. All right, and so the Ace of Pentacles, to me, it always refers to, see the hand like kind of coming out of the clouds, holding the pinnacle, whatever. I feel like this is like new beginnings, you know, new thoughts. I also get, because the hand is kind of like out, being held out, coming out of the clouds. It feels like you're being given a gift of some sort. But I also get like new ideas. So coming out of the clouds is very airy to me. So some of you could be air signs that I'm speaking to, or you have those placements. And I'm also seeing, because it's like the pinnacle is like right in front of the sun, because you can see it kind of like the sun rays surrounding that. I get bright idea. That's what I'm hearing from the Ace of Pentacles. Sometimes I just like to look at the book just to confirm what I know to be true. I don't do this always, but sometimes I just like to, confirm what I know. Okay. And so in the book here, it says, the world around you is full of possibilities and promise right now. Engage with it. Go on a bike ride, take a bath, make some tea, plant some flowers, and enthrall your senses. You are in this world on this planet. So live your life and let the good things come to you. Yeah, so I just feel like whatever this Ace of Pentacles is for you, and when I say you, I mean collective, it just means that a lot of you have, bright ideas, you're thinking of, new possibilities, and your possibilities are endless because, again, I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, you're being given a gift, you're being given a way through, you know, a way to solve a problem, a way to, you know, make it, basically. All right, so I'm going to keep going. Also out is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles here. And to me, what it gives is, I'm thinking about, I feel like this is like family. Um, a lot of things this month could be surrounding family for a lot of you. Um, but I also get the sense of like celebration, even though the Three of Cups is not out here. But I'm hearing celebration with this card because this looks like a family sort of, together, multi-generational, because you have an elderly lady here, a man, and then a mother and a child, a woman and a child, you know, but it looks like that's her child. So then you have the two little dogs down here. So yeah, just think about family. A lot of themes for you could be dealing with family right now. And we'll look at the book again. Yeah, so like Ten of Pentacles, everything in your life is coming together magically. No more stress-filled nights worrying about money or rent on your job or your job. You've done the work required to create some stability. Your home is full of love, satisfaction, and comforts. There's no need to do anything drastic or radical, believe it or not. You found some peace. Allow yourself to welcome it in. So, what I also get from that is perhaps some of you could be going to family asking for some guidance, because I mentioned in my channel messages before that I wrote out was, seeking guidance or help with something. So maybe, you may be receiving help from family members. Um, Maybe you or like a trusted friend. I'm also hearing family friends, so maybe a family friend could be stepping in to help you, something like that. But overall, I get like celebration, things being steady, stability coming in. You've been happy, happy home life. I also get that. All right. Next, we have the Sun. Love seeing this card come out. That's one of my favorite cards. Okay. And then also with the Sun, to me, I always, again, it's got the sun rays around there. I keep hearing bright idea. Somebody has a bright idea or something that could, an idea that could, take you far. Because again, this, the little kid is on the unicorn or horse or whatever. Yeah, that's a horse, not a unicorn, but it's on the horse and it's, going forward. It's moving forward. So yeah, I just really feel like whatever your bright idea is that's going to set you apart from everyone else, it's going to take you so far. It's going to bring so much abundance in your life. There we go. It's kind of coming out of focus there for a second. There we go. The Sun. And again, look at the book here. See what it says. And I'll do this because it's not the original tarot, Rider Waite. So yeah. Okay, it says, with sunshine comes new life, an innocent child full of carefree joy and happiness waves a red banner high in the sky. Behind her, a gray wall is her past, and the flowers of memories bloom and thrive in the sun. There is wonder, and warmth everywhere. The sun has turned the day into a promising playground, ready for exploration. It's a time to feel totally alive. Winter is over. The world is lush and full of excitement and beauty. Bask in the sunlight, embrace life. You might have just stumbled upon a big discovery. Did I say big bright idea? I kept saying it even with the Ace of Pentacles. I said bright idea. So yeah, you might have just stumbled upon a big discovery or revelation that's astonishing, amazing, and helps you see things in a new and beautiful way. This new perspective is the result of your hard inner and outer work, and now it's time for the reward. So treat yourself, do something fun, have an adventure. The days are yours to fill with childlike wonder and optimism. And that also says to me, maybe some of you need to tap into your inner child. Maybe you need to have some type of fun, go out with family, do something with family, friends, that type of thing. All right, so next we have Temperance. And of course, this is kind of backwards on the screen, but yeah, it's Temperance. All right, and dealing with Temperance, I feel like some of you could be Sagittariuses. Yeah. And even though I feel like Leo, um, is usually represented by the Strength card. When I see the Sun, I think of Leo too. So maybe some of you are Leos. Also Earth signs, and we got swords out here, so air signs as well. And I mentioned air signs earlier. Okay, but anyway, with Temperance though, it's all about like balance, stability, and I mentioned stability in my channel message. So, stability is coming in. Also mentioned that with the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, you're figuring out how to balance things. You're figuring out how to make things work, and things are working. Things have changed. Things have turned around for you. Those Tower moments don't last always. However, I am kind of concerned with coming from Temperance, the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords, and it's upright or upside down. I mean, coming out. So I will pull an additional tarot card just to kind of get some clarification on where this is sort of headed. But anyway, this could be past. I'm getting past energies dealing with the Nine of Swords, Two of Swords. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I just find it funny also that in three of the cards, the sun is out. So again, I'm hearing that phrase, sunny disposition. So that could be significant for someone. Someone may use that phrase often. It's a lot of nature here too. Some maybe some of you need to get out more. I'm also hearing go sit by water, because there's water in here, water here. It could definitely help you. Yeah, with Temperance, I just get the sense of like things sort of, the scales, being balanced. And scales as Libras, so maybe some of you are Libras, in fact. All right, so we're looking at Temperance here. Okay, and then it says, balance is a beautiful thing. Temperance is a radiant angel decked out in rainbows, balancing one foot on land and the other, and the other in water as she confidently pours water from cup to cup. Sunflowers are bursting behind her, and the sun is bright and full of joy. Temperance is the perfect alchemist, and she's full of song, as she blends things together in harmony. Sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Well, hopefully you don't hear those sounds. Sorry about that. But yeah, it says, your life is off kilter, and you need to create some balance. Maybe you're burnt out from working too much, or you've been binge watching TV all weekend and now your house is a mess. So it's now time to put your house in order and start doing things in moderation. You'll find that if you work to balance all the different aspects of your life, everything feels so much easier. Try and face the task with optimism and positivity and enjoy all the wonderful things in your life equally. Yeah, I'm still very much on the fact that this is all about um, becoming stable. I'm hearing maybe some of you are getting a job offer soon. Maybe finances are back in order, balanced. I'm also hearing clarity. Some of you may be gaining clarity on a certain situation, or um, I'm hearing somebody learning news about something, and that gives you like all the clarity that you need. You don't need anything else. You just like note it and you move accordingly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to move right along to the Nine of Swords. And with the Nine of Swords, this is someone who, let me show you, get it. This is someone who is in deep pain, anguish, sadness is what I mentioned in my channel messages. Also, well, I mentioned earlier anxiousness, feeling like someone, I was picking up on anxious energy. So maybe some of you are crying because you're anxious about something. I'm hearing too good to be true. So maybe you think all of the good that's happened is too good to be true, and you wait for the other shoe to drop, which you should not be doing. You should take things as at face value. And so I'll read what the book here says. Okay, so with the Nine of Swords, it says, the swords hang high above your head, and you're wide awake at night. You can't sleep as your mind is just consumed with anxiety. I just laugh because when I read from the book, it's just to confirm what I already said. But yeah, consumed with anxiety, despair, and an impending feeling of doom. What did I just say? Maybe you're going through something truly terrible, or maybe you've been building up an obstacle to be larger than it really is. So yeah, I'm feeling like for some of you, um, you may be questioning the stability that you have now or that's coming in. Again, people get the sense of someone feeling like the other shoe is going to drop, and they're just kind of like, I get someone like bracing themselves. Sorry, I lost my where I was. Okay. Either way, it's okay to feel scared or anxious. Talk about it with someone. What did I say? Go get some guidance from someone or help with something. I mentioned that in my channel messages before I even pulled these cards. See, Spirit be knowing and I be knowing. Okay. And it says, yeah, talk about it with someone that you trust and try to look to the future. And to me, what that says, try to look to the future. Try to look to the future with optimism is what I would have added there. Like, look at the future with optimism. Like, don't expect the worst, because if you expect the worst, then you will get the worst. You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, I don't necessarily feel like this is something that is bad that's happening necessarily. I feel like this is more so having to do with the anxiety part of it. So I don't feel anything bad coming in. I just feel like, you're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. All right, so Two of Swords. Of course, it was reversed, upside down. So with the Two of Swords, to me, this is just something like not being able to put your burdens down because you're holding swords or holding whatever it is in your hands. You're also blindfolded. And you're sitting on like this platform. So to me, this is like someone, I could also get like stubbornness. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, lay your burdens down. That's what I'm hearing. Lay your burdens down. You don't have to worry because you have all this goodness surrounding you. So I don't it's like Spirit is kind of like, I don't understand why they are upset or not upset, or they don't understand why you can't see the good. So you're being called to see the good in a situation, even if you may have came out of like a tower moment. And I think I mentioned tower moments don't last always. So yeah, some of you are, you're scared. And you needed to kind of take those rose colored glasses off and see things for what they are. And I feel like I've said this message so many times, but I feel like it keeps popping up. Yeah, it's like you're bracing yourself. You're kind of putting yourself on the defense of like you're. I think I get the sense of someone like protecting themselves just in case. Yeah, or being on the defense just in case. Okay, so it says for Two of Swords, it says you raise your defenses, sealed yourself against opposition, and blindfolded yourself by refusing to budge. You've blinded yourself to the truth of a difficult situation. Maybe you shut off your emotions as a defense mechanism, or you're refusing to see things logically. Perhaps you are stuck in analysis paralysis. Either way, you're not dealing with the problem honestly. Take off the blindfold and confront the issue. So, yeah, I just really feel like some of you need to stop being stubborn and understand that you are safe, that you don't have to brace yourself. You don't have to, be preparing for the worst. Because when you prepare for the worst or you think the worst will happen. It's like it'll be like a self fulfilling prophecy doing that. So I'm just going to kind of clarify the Two of Swords since it's reversed. Just see what comes out. Okay. So we have the Lovers card, and I'm going to try to do this in such a way that nothing shows. But anyway, you got the Lovers that came out. All right, so that's a clarifier. So perhaps this could be uh, something literally dealing with, partnership, lovers. Um, Maybe you have that anxiety surrounding a relationship, a romantic relationship, that is. Maybe you feel like you cannot trust the individual that you're with. Maybe they gave you reason not to trust them or to have suspicions. I don't know. However, I feel like you're being called to not necessarily think the worst of the situation. I think you need more information, and I think you need to gain clarity on what it is that you're actually saying as opposed to what you think you're saying. Yeah. So especially during a retrograde. During these times, we can jump to conclusions, and before we have had a chance to really think through our thoughts and think through situations, it's best to stop and think and then react. So reflect, you know, do that before just completely going off the hinges. Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I thought I saw something. Okay, so we're going to the Oracle cards. And again, if you hear my AC going, if you hear sorry, again, I have my iPad thing, or not my iPad, what do you call it, tablet. I have my tablet up, so I thought I saw something on there. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to the Oracle cards here. Okay. And I'm just making sure I don't show anything that's weird. Okay. Mayat. I love Mayat. It's one of my favorite African Egyptian goddesses. I identify with her a lot. And did I mention scales earlier in Libra? Mayat is all about balance. So temperance. It's all about balance, fairness, as well as representing, the scales represents Libra, and she sort of represents that. So, yeah, not in the literal sense. I don't think she necessarily represents Libra itself, but she represents the scales and balance and all that, and harmony and that type of thing, duality. Okay, so this is giving and receiving, and it's number 10. Okay, so that being said, let me get the book for this. But I feel like with this, again, and this could also kind of go with the Ten of Pentacles, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. Now that I think about it, maybe you are being called to share your gifts. Like whatever gifts you're receiving, maybe you're meant to share it with others. In a way, maybe you are meant to share your, thoughts and ideas, because I kept hearing bright idea earlier. So with the both with the Ace of Pentacles as well as the Sun. Yeah, maybe you're being called to share your ideas, what your feelings, your thoughts, that type of thing, with others, especially when it comes to like seeking guidance from someone else. Maybe you need to pick someone's brain to kind of see, thoughts that you have. Anyway, so let's look at this. Okay, so Mayat is a goddess of giving and receiving. Her the origin is Egypt. Temple is conjurers. Element is air. Goddess Mayat represents alignment, truth, and balance. And again, down here with the Two of Swords and Lovers, I mentioned that you need to see the truth of something. You need to have clarity, or you're seeking clarity. You need clarity. So yeah, maybe this is with giving and receiving. Maybe within the relationship, if you're in one, whoever I'm speaking to, there may need to be a coming together moment where you all air out your grievances. Because if you feel like one person is just giving too much, and you're not being, and the partner is not being reciprocal, then there's an issue. There's a disconnect there. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Goddess Mahat represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order. As her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. Mayat's guidance is reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. Giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. Receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. And it says the goddess declaration is I give easily and freely. I receive freely and easily. Okay. Also with the Ten of Pentacles, this could be like, it's not out here, but I also get the sense of like that I want to say it's like the Four Pentacles, I believe, is what I'm kind of saying in my head. But it's like, I think it's the card where, they have the other coins, but there's one in particular where the coin is just like held in this, held in the hand, and it's like they're holding it close to their chest, like they don't want to let it go. And that makes me think of that. But yeah, some of you might be being a little stingy with your money, and you need to, be a little bit unselfish. If that makes sense. Give freely, you receive freely. Okay, so next you have Mamie, I believe it is Kumba or Goomba Bang, and then speak up. Sorry if you can't really see the cards. I'm working on my setup. I may have to do a little bit differently here, but I had to get this message out. It was just bothering me that I wasn't getting it out. Anyway, so this is 33, so maybe those numbers are significant. So let's see the numbers you have here. 10, also have 10, so 10, 10, or just 10. You have 9. This is 33. Yeah, so those numbers may be significant. So 10, 9, another 10, and 33. All right, so with speaking up, I really feel like you are being called to share your gifts with others. Like I mentioned before, don't be afraid to do so. Share your gifts, share your ideas, just share yourself, share of yourself. Other people could benefit from getting to know you more. Other people could benefit from your ideas. You never know. Again, it could take you so far. You may have the next best invention or something like that. And you're sitting on it, where you could be getting it patented, drawing up a business plan, that type of thing. Okay. So now we have, okay, yeah, I think that is Kumba. Mamie Kumba Bang. Okay. So this is Goddess of Speaking Up. The origin is Senegal. The symbol is the griots, however you want to say it. The element is water. And it says, Mamie Kumba Bang protects the mouth of the Senegal River. When making an offering to her, you must not speak to anyone else, coming or going. Sing for her, chant for her, call to her. Give Goddess Kumba your voice and she'll be happy. And it says, Mamie Kumba Bang's guidance is speak up, speak out, speak on it. You have a right to be heard. And the embodiment is you are betraying yourself by not speaking up. Your words have power. Own your voice. Um, as the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth, you have the thoughts and opinions, beliefs and convictions. What do you stand for? Tell someone today. And it says, the goddess declaration is, I reclaim my voice, I speak out and speak up. So yeah, self-exclamatory. Follow what Mamie Kumba Bang says and speak up, speak out, and stand on business, basically. And funny enough, we have this next card, which is Nundi. I think that's how you said it, and it's truth. And that is number 34. And that, that is also self-exclamatory. I think this is the first time I've ever had this card come out. I wish this was focused. Let's see. I know it feels like it's not in focus, but anyway, that's okay. But yeah, self-exclamatory, truth. But we're going to read from the book. That is 34. Also in the water realm. Anyway, so it says Nundi. It says goddess of truth, Benin, or the origin is from Benin, and it says the Tepo Rios, element water. Okay, then it says Nundi, the bold, outspoken wife of Benin, Iwa. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Deity Legba, sorry, was feeling neglected by her husband. Even with several wives, his head easily turned. So Nundi lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. So Nundi lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. Okay, so interesting. Because we got, I pulled out a clarifying card and it was the lovers. So, maybe a few of you, as it pertains to that lovers card, maybe some of you are needing to have some, practice some self love and focus more on yourself. So maybe if you have been sort of like the person that's been over giving in a relationship, then maybe you need to focus on self and be selfish with yourself. And yeah, okay. Hey, if a person is not treating you correctly, kick them to the curb. And I know I said that earlier, but this is for a select few. But I feel like, for the most part, I feel like some of you, all that is needed is that you just speak and talk to each other and come to a general consensus, within your relationship if you want to still keep it. But if you're at the end of your rope, you don't care anymore, you're done, you're tired, let it go. All right. And it says, Nundi's guidance. It says, get real. What is your truth? Truth telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters. I'm sorry. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Embodiment. Tell the truth. Each person has their own version. Speak yours. Words have impact. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversations. Goddess declaration. The truth is my friend. Are y'all water break? I'm almost done though. Didn't really expect to go this long. But we have two more cards. All right. So then we have Medusa. This is 23 and this is Rage. Okay, so with Medusa, Rage. Hmm. I feel like this can kind of go back into like that anxiety, sadness. Ooh, excuse me, yawning and stuff. I can obviously I'm getting tired, so let me go ahead and wrap this up. But again, I feel like this kind of goes back into the anxiety because I don't necessarily get anger per se, um, but I just get the sense of my rage, crying, rage. Like a sense of rage, a sense of rage when it comes to being sad. If there is anger, some rage, maybe you're angry with yourself for accepting what you accepted, or the fact that you are crying because someone hurt you and you didn't maybe you didn't stick up for yourself in the moment and you're kind of feeling some type of way about it. So yeah, that's what I get. Okay, so then we have Medusa, Shadow of Rage, and the origin is Libya. Temple is shadows, element is fire. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. The truth, this Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom, wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. And it is. If you don't know the true story behind Medusa, then I suggest you go look it up and learn the true history behind Medusa's origin and life and stuff like that. Even though that is Greek mythology, I still think it's a important story to know. So yeah. Okay, it says Medusa's shadow guidance. It says you are pissed off and petrified, angry and shaking, but underneath that you are hurt and heartbroken. So what did I say? I said sadness, anxiety, type of thing. But I'm strictly on the petrified thing. It goes right back to the Nine of Swords, someone being in despair, petrified, upset, scared, that type of thing. Um, it says feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Absolutely. Embodiment. Take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies. Um, excuse me. Um, but a healthy rage can devour, and speak. My voice is going out because I'm getting tired. It says, but unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Get clear on what it is. What it is. What? Sorry. What are words? Okay. Glit lords. Y'all, again, bear with me. Again, is Mercury retrograde, y'all. Get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings to see the truth. What did I say earlier? Just because you feel threatened does not mean you are being threatened. What did I say, y'all? Okay? Confirmation. Right in your face. Okay, and then it says, Goddess declaration. I have a right to feel my feelings. Yeah. Okay, that was the oracle as well. So now we have our affirmation cosmos. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My leg was itching. Okay. So we have letting go. You may not be able to see that at all because I can't see it on the screen. Know if I come up a little, maybe you can. It's backwards though. Anyway, it says letting go. It says, how can you fly if you aren't willing to? I'm sorry. letting go. How can you fly if you aren't willing to give up everything that is weighing you down? What did I say earlier? Let your burdens down. Y'all, like spirit don't lie. I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I be knowing, y'all. I be knowing, spirit be knowing, and that's how you get the messages, okay? Yeah. Listen, let your burdens down. Let things go. If things need to be renewed, if things need to be released, let it. Cry out your tears. Release that ain't-ish dude or woman that's taking up space in your life and they don't mean you any good. Let them go. You know, if you feel that your relationship is worth fighting for, then fight for it. Figure it out. Talk it through. You know, feel your feelings. Do what it is that you need to do. And with that, have a good night, y'all. Like the video, share the video with a friend. If you think they would like this message here or need to hear this message, leave me a comment down in the comment section. I want to know if this resonated with you or, whatever. Just as long as you keep it cute and respectful in the comment section, it's all good. Okay? Subscribe to the channel so that you know when I drop a new video. And again, hopefully my voice didn't go out. Hopefully you heard me loud and clear. But yeah, my voice is kind of going out because I am very sleepy right now. I'm very tired, but I was determined to get this message out. So yeah, hopefully you heard me. And with that, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a good night.